Howdy folks, this is Jethro. Just wanted to come and do a quick video here for this is my final on the 2020 cancer awareness build. I'm going to do a quick reveal on that, the final. That's what we got. First of all, I want to start off by saying thanks to Bob Busking over at the Rusty Spud Aerodrome for hosting this build. I think most of us have a pretty close personal story with cancer, either with ourselves or with close family members, so it's really cool just to bring out awareness for this, because you don't hear much about it, especially this year. It seems like everything's COVID and like all the rest of the diseases have been cured, but we know that's not true. So but anyway, this is my built after my 79 F100. Just got her all finished up this morning, so I figured I'd do a little video on it. Come out pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Most of the fit and finish was pretty good on this model. There were a few things that were a bit of a battle. Most of the battles were self-inflicted on my part. But model pretty much fit. I'll go over and cover a couple of things that I had little struggles with, but not too bad. Go ahead and pull it off of here and take the hood off and show you under the hood. I didn't bother with the hinges. They didn't look like they were going to work anyway, so but under the hood, pretty much I showed most of that on the with the chassis. The only thing I did, finished up the wiring and went ahead and put me an interstate battery in there just to change the colors up a little bit. Wired it up with had to make a little starter solenoid. Being a Ford guy, I couldn't just hook the starter cable to the battery positive. They just don't work that way, so had to do that. Pretty much just built it mostly out of the box. It was an option of a two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. I selected two-wheel drive because that's what mine is. Overall, the only issues I had, the interior didn't want to fit up into the cab, and that's pretty important on this one because the interior is where that kind of fits the, it goes up into the cab, and then the interior is actually where it sits onto the chassis. So if the interior is not straight and correct, then the body's not going to sit right, and then that's just, that ruins the whole deal. So but that's about it. Not a whole lot else. Like I said, I went over most of the details on the build with when the chassis was built, because that's pretty much the main detailing. You can't really see the interior now, so I'm glad I showed and took pictures of that when I had it out, because it's really hard to see it in there now. But yeah, it come out pretty good. So it's going to be pretty brief. Again, just want to, the cancer awareness, I was just looking that up. I think they're projected like 600,000 we're going to lose to cancer, where COVID is around 200,000. So, maybe that should get a little bit more acknowledgement for that, but that's not for me to say. So, but anyway, that's what I got here. I'm going to shut the camera off for a second. I'm going to just, I want to go over some of the stuff that I use in building the models and the kind of paint. I had one viewer ask about the paint that I had used, and I kind of thought about it. Maybe I should go over that. So I'm going to shut the camera off and get all of that stuff and just kind of go over it real quick, what I use and all of that. I'm sure you guys probably know more about it than I do. I'm kind of new back into the building of models here, so but I'll be back in just a second with that. Alright, so here we go. This is what I just want to start with paint. Use a Duplicolor Perfect Match. This is a Quicksilver Metallic. I like the way the Duplicolor lays down. That was the silver. This is the blue. It is a some type of like a medium blue metallic. These are factory colors. One thing about these is they lay down and finish a very flat finish on these. They need a clear coat, so I just used the Krylon Color Max Clear. It went right on there and laid down nicely. Just a couple other little odds and ends. I just use your typical, like your needle nose pliers, just Harbor Freight stuff. They don't have to be real strong when you're dealing with this stuff. You just, being a mechanic, I've got a lot of tools, but most of them aren't very useful for model cars. So we got that, and of course the Sharpies. We all use the Sharpies. I use the red for the like the marker lights and the tail lights, and the orange. The orange is for the amber for the marker lights, turn signals, all of that. It comes out pretty good. It gives you a kind of an iridescent look to it, so it comes out pretty good. Not much else, typical craft paints, various colors of that. Nothing fancy. Just the glues, the typical model glue, crazy glue, super glue, all of that stuff. Little pair of snips I got from Harbor Freight. Those are really good for clipping the parts off of the sprue. They clip right where you want it to. They're very precise in that area. Not much good for cutting wires. They won't hold up too well. And of course, use the emery boards and all of that. And the tape. I bought this roll of tape from Hobby Lobby when I was going to do this thing. Cost me like $5 for that little roll of tape there, but it was worth every penny of it, because on this thing here you can see there's no bleed over. That's a sharp line even around curves and all. I mean, it gave such a sharp line. That's well worth it. You try to use regular masking tape and it ain't gonna give you that kind of a line. So sometimes, being cheap, I had a hard time convincing myself of that, but sometimes you're better off to spend some money on it. But anyway, that's about it. Just wanted to go over a little bit. Sharpies are very handy. The black Sharpies aren't very good. They leave a weird finish on it, so you really can't use that too much. But the silver, red, the amber, I use those pretty regular. And well, that's about it. That's about all I got. I would leave a link for Bob Busing's channel, but I don't know how to do that, so I will look up and get his actual names of his channel and leave that there. So if you want to, you can go check that out. But that's about it. Appreciate all you guys watching and commenting on my videos, all my subscribers. I've actually done pretty good this year with building that up, so just appreciate all you guys. It's a lot of fun. It makes it fun to do this kind of stuff, and you put a lot of work into them. It's nice to have other people appreciate it. So thanks for all of that. So that's it. This is Jethro, over and out.